Hi everyone, this is Mr. Honor and welcome to Geometry. In this short video, we'll talk about how to fill out truth tables for compound statements. So in class, we discussed the truth value or the truth tables for the 5 basic logical connectives. So for example, here is the disjunction A or B. And when you're making a truth table, you make a column for A and B, and then you fill out the 2 columns, so that you cover all of the possibilities for the truth values of those 2 statements. So true, 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 false, false, true, false, false. And then as we discussed in class, or if A is true and B is true, then A or B is true. If A is true and B is false, A or B is true, true, and then false. And so this is the truth table for the disjunction, one of the basic logical connectives. The disjunction, or, is true as long as one of the disjuncts, one of those statements, is true. Now, if we want to do something a little bit more complicated, like this statement, a compound statement like not if A then B, then we can do it this way. We build our truth table in the same way. So we cover all of the possibilities for the truth values of A and B. And it's good to sort of consistently go like this, true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. That's an easy way to just keep track and make sure you're covering all of those possibilities. Now, ultimately, we want to fill out this column. Now, after some practice, you'll get to the point where maybe you feel comfortable just writing that in right away. But one intermediate step I like to take is filling out a column for if A then B. Because if I know the column or the truth value for if A then B, then this last column is just going to be the negation of that. And this is a conditional. This is another one of the basic logical connectives. And I know that the only time the conditional is false is when the antecedent is true and the consequent is false. So if A is true and B is false, this is false. And then everywhere else, it's true. So that's the column for if A then B. And then not A then B is going to be the reverse of that. So it's false, true, false, false. So this intermediate column is helpful in producing that final column in our truth table. We'll look at one more example, something that's a little bit more complicated. So this is if A then B and if B then A. We build our truth table in the same way. True, true, false, false. True, false, true, true. Or, I'm sorry, true, false, true, false. All right? And again, we want to fill out this column, if A then B and if B then A. But it would be useful, an intermediate step that would be useful is knowing the truth value for if A then B and for if B then A. So we just did this one. We know that this is true, false, true, true. What about if B then A? Well, like all conditionals, it's false only when the antecedent is true and the consequent is false. That means if B is true and A is false, this will be false, and it will be true otherwise. And now we can go ahead and fill out this last column because it's just and of those 2 statements. So true and true is true. False and true is false. True and false is false. And then true and true is true. And so that's one approach for filling out the truth tables for more complex statements like that. So go ahead and complete that assignment, and then we will discuss that in class next week. Good luck.